Hello, everyone, and welcome back to your Risk Management as Applied Safety, Security, and Sanitation. And I am still your professor, Mr. Kip Anthony A. Ramos. And for this session, we will be talking about the risk mitigation strategy and how we will be responding to such complaints coming from our guest. All right. So as we've mentioned, kasi if you will still remember, the last session that we've had talks about actually no yung mga complaints ng ating mga guests or ng mga ating no, ng ating po mga visitors and even customers, no, as actually a signal, no, na napag-alaman natin that whenever we're dealing with complaints, no, there is something wrong about our operation, no, and basically, no, hindi natin dapat ito pepersonalin, rather we will be treating it something na kailangan nating masolusyonan. So, syempre, no, this is the second part of our discussion and we will be moving from identifying yung complaints as risk to, no, yung pag-manage po natin itong mga risk na ito as a, or itong mga complaints na to as a control mechanism. And take note, people, no, that in risk management, the response is what determines whether a problem is, no, whether one, it's a contained one, or the second one is it's allowed to escalate into institutional risk. So with this, I am actually presenting a five-step risk control framework in order for us to respond no dun sa mga complaints coming from our guests. All right, so let's start our discussion. So the step one for this is to actually acknowledge and listen. So the risk principle for this is that there should be an early containment. Alam naman natin na napakahalaga nito, no? Syempre, ang first and most critical step for this is, of course, your acknowledgement. Kasi nga, syempre, hindi natin masosolusyonan ng isang problema if we are not really acknowledging it, no, as a problem or as a risk, no? So, from a risk perspective, no, yung speed will control escalation. And yung best practice na meron po tayo is actually to respond within yung 24 hours. Or if say, for example, it's sooner, pwedeng-pwede, no, mas maganda kung tutuusin. So, in order for us to do so, no, the first step it will actually require the following, no? Siyempre, number one, it will demonstrate yung empathy, no? So, hindi pwedeng ina-acknowledge mo siya pero you are not empathetic with our guests. Kasi nga, siyempre, mararamdaman nila na tila hindi ikaw no? Na hindi ikaw sincere sa iyong ginagawa at hindi sincere ang iyong pagtulong dun sa ating pong guests. Second is we listen actively without interruption. Kasi siyempre, kapag habang may nagsasalita, no? At you keep on interrupting, it's actually an indication na wala kang pakialam at gusto mo lang mapakinggan ang iyong sarili. At alam naman natin, no, bilang mga hospitality managers, since you are no, you are to become those managers na mag-handle halimbawa ng mga no, ng mga complaints and even ng mga no, ng mga problema ng ating pong mga guests, it is important no na makikinig tayo kasi we cannot respond ng maayos if say for example, hindi natin ito papakinggan coming from your guests. Okay? And of course, no, you allow your guests to fully explain their concern as you listen. Kasi nga, syempre, even though na ano ka, no, na nakikinig ka doon sa ating, no, sa ating pong guest, pero kung hindi mo hinahayaan na mag-explain ng kanilang concern, hindi rin natin maibibigay yung tamang, no, yung tamang solution for this. And of course, no, after doing so, syempre, no, it's expected that you will also be documenting all the details accurately so that sa lahat ng mga solusyon at ng ating ibibigay na no na action doon sa ating pong mga customers or guests ay most likely ito yung nararapat para sa kanilang pong concern. Kasi nga no, when guests feel ignored, they seek external validation and it is usually done online. Alam naman natin yan, no, kapag hindi napapakinggan yung kanila pong no, yung kanila pong hinaing, ang ginagawa nila most likely, no, syempre magpo-post sa social media. Okay? Kaya nga if no another best practice coming from the hotels, no, they are actually no using a simple complaint logbook, no, meron din silang clipboard or even yung tablet-based form no doon sa front desk nila to ensure na yung mga details are being captured accurately and endorsed during shift changes. No, so napakahalaga no na meron itong mga na itong mga logbooks at saka mga clipboards in order for us no na magkaroon tayo ng no magkaroon tayo ng proper na documentation doon sa kung ano po yung nangyari. Okay? Sige po. So that's your step one. Step two, of course, no, after knowing, after acknowledging, no, after empathizing with your guest, syempre, no, the step two will now be apologize sincerely. Okay? So, syempre, yung risk principle dito is you would want to de-escalate, no, kung ano man yung nangyayari. Because, of course, alam naman natin, ano, wala naman tayong ibang gustong mangyari kung hindi humupa no yung concern ng ating customer and even yung nararamdaman po nila no. So just to give you an insight kasi meron syempre sa inyo no na future hospitality managers malamang sa malamang ang kanilang nararamdaman ay bakit ako mag-aano no, bakit ako hihingi ng tawad. So with this no kasi syempre if you are apologizing actually I want you to ano no, I want you to think of this no that an apology is actually not a legal admission na nagkamali ka. But rather, this can actually be a ano no, risk de-escalation tool. Bakit daw po? Kasi syempre, 'di ba? Paano ka ano no, paano ka irereklamo pa ng isang guest kung ikaw mismo mapagkumbaba at naghihumihingi ng tawad even though na alam naman natin hindi sa lahat ng pagkakataon tayo yung mali. Syempre, no, a proper apology, one, accepting responsibility for the guest experience. Because sino ba nagbibigay ng experience? As we've mentioned, no, tayo ang nagbibigay ng experience. Ito yung binibenta natin sa kanila. Second, it avoids excuses or blaming other departments. So syempre, kapag nag-apologize ka, no, we own up dun sa ating ano no, sa ating actions. Kasi pag we keep on ano blaming other departments, halimbawa kung nasa front desk ka, magkakaroon din tayong problema diyan. Kasi nga syempre, we must be working as a team. So kung hindi siya magagawa, most likely no, magrereklamo pa rin si guest. And of course, magiging successful lamang ito if it uses calm, no, professional and sincere language, no? So, syempre, for example, instead of saying na ay problema yan ng housekeeping ano so yung isang risk aware response would actually be no instead of saying na kasalanan niya ng ano no ng housekeeping so anong pwede natin sabihin no so that we're sorry for the inconvenience that we've experienced and we take this seriously. So with that kind of situation, most likely yung ating po mga guests no and ating po mga customers, they will already ano no, they will already feel na okay, no, they are being accountable for what happened, no? And that this kind of situation will reduce yung emotional intensity and it will protect the brand of your hotel and even your employees. Okay? So that's your step two, to apologize sincerely. Step number three, of course, no, after apologizing sincerely, it is expected that you will be offering a solution. Kasi hindi pwedeng ang gagawin lang natin ay ano, no, mag-apologize lang tayo tapos na. So, ang risk principle natin dito will be a corrective control. Okay? So, after, as I mentioned, no, after acknowledging and of course apologizing, yung gagawin po natin is i-correct natin kung ano yung pagkakamali. And this, ano, no, requires management to, number one, investigate po natin yung root cause. Bakit ba nangyari ito? Okay? Napakahalaga na malaman mo natin ano ang nangyari so that we'll be able to ano no to craft such solution. Second is we offer a tangible recovery option. Ano ba ang pwedeng tangible recovery options natin? So, pwedeng one, room change. No, kung hindi sila masaya, anong gagawin natin? Hindi, sabihin natin na pwede po natin, ano, no, pwede po kayong lumipat and we still have ano no another room so that they will be ano no they will feel more comfortable compared dun sa kanila pong ano no experience nung nauna. Okay? Kung hindi siya ubra sa room change, no pwedeng compensation. Okay? So syempre ito yung pinaka ano no, ito yung pinaka magastos kung you will be compensating yung naging pagkakamali. Pero yung iba, aside from compensation, there is actually yung complementary services na okay, ibibigay po namin sa iyo ito as ano no as a sign po that we are really sorry no for what has happened no so with that no most likely mga kapatid baka humupa yung ating ano no yung ating dito nararamdaman or yung customers or guests na feeling no yung intensity ng kanilang pong emotion. So syempre after offering such ano no options and solution syempre it's expected also to follow up no to ensure yung implementation na ito kasi baliwala lahat ng ino-offer mo kung hindi naman natin mai-implement. So hindi rin matutuwa yung ating pong mga guests. Okay? And of course, no, let me just remind everyone that compensation alone is not the solution. Of course, alam naman natin yan eh. Kasi syempre, di ba, pag pwede ka mag-compensate paulit-ulit, no? Pero kung paulit-ulit na mag-compensate, it is not really a solution. Okay? So, alam natin that correction without prevention, it is still incomplete risk control. Okay? So, in the industry practice, no, definitely there are some properties that they are already using yung mga pre-approved services, recovery guidelines, or even authorization cards so that yung mga staff natin, no, alam nila kung ano po yung gagawin po nila or i-respond nila without confusion or inconsistency. Lalong-lalo sa mga bago, most likely, no, sila ay ginagamitan ng mga authorization cards na ito yung dapat mong sabihin kung sakali mangyayari ay itong sitwasyon na ito. Okay? So that's your step number three. All right, but before we continue, I would really want to ask every one of you, no? So if a guest complaint is emotionally intense but operationally minor, should the management prioritize solving the technical issue or managing yung emotional experience ng ating guest muna? And then, syempre, I'll be asking you, bakit mo ito napili? Okay? So, I'll be expecting your comment dito sa ating, no, sa ating comment section. And I will be looking forward kung ano nga ba ang inyong insights about this question. Okay? Alright. So, as we continue, syempre, yung ating pong step number 4 is to maintain professionalism. So, risk principle natin dito is that you would really want to protect the reputation of your brand and, of course, of your employees. Kasi syempre, ulitin lang natin ano, pag professional ang isang no, yung there's professionalism within doon sa ating pong no, sa ating pong organization, definitely the brand and the staff will be protected. Okay? So this step will definitely require the following, no? Yung number one, yung syempre no, pag remain calm and respectful. Kasi baliwala lahat 'yan kung hindi no, kung halimbawa galit ka rin kagaya halimbawa ng ating pong guest. Second, you avoid emotional or defensive responses kasi pag ginawa nyo yon, baka mas lalong matrigger yung ating pong mga gets. Number 3 is you communicate clearly and consistently. Kasi syempre, kapag no, maramdaman ng guest, okay, maliwanag ko anong gustong patunguhan nitong usapan na ito at consistent siya sa kanyang sinasabi, syempre mapapahupa natin no, yung ating pong emotion ng ating pong guest. Alright, of course, no, syempre if I may just share, the emotional reactions no, coming from the staff will often no escalate situations and may increase no syempre kapag halimbawa galit din yung staff galit din kayo no bilang mga managers. Number one yung social media risk kasi no isang video lang as of the moment no maaari nyo nang ikasira. Okay? Number two, syempre yung pagka-burnout ng ating pong mga staff. And of course, yung reputational damage na no, reputational damage na pwedeng ma-create nito kung hindi ma-handle ng maayos. So, people in the industry practice, no, some hotels actually keep yung quick reference SOPQ cards, no, or laminated response guides behind yung front desk, no, to help staff stay composed under pressure na nararamdaman nila. No, napakahalaga nito. Kung mapapansin niyo pa ulit-ulit ko sasabi kapag halimbawa no bago yung ating staff, mahalaga na i-guide natin sila ng maayos para hindi magkaroon ng problema later on. Okay? And of course, the last step in this in this framework is to learn and improve. Okay? So the final step is of course the most strategic one, but it is the most often neglected. Ulitin ko ha, it is the most strategic but most oftenly no they are being neglected. Kasi syempre, ayan ang risk principle natin dito is that we must control we must control yung ating pong no yung or we must control kung ano nga ba yung pwede nating pwede nating ma-prevent in the future. Okay? So yung mga complaint na meron po tayo, syempre, it should be logged. No, hindi pwedeng nangyari ngayon ipapasawalang bahala muna kasi baka mamaya no mapakinabangan niyo pa siya. Pangalawa, so dahil nga nakalag ka na, it will analyze no, you will analyze for patterns. Ano kaya nagiging problema namin pagdating sa no, sa complaint ng aming mga guests? Third is to revise your SOPs. Kung sakaling kakailanganin nating i-revise yung ating standard operating procedure. Kasi baka mamaya dito nagkakaroon ng pagkakamali. Kaya nga paulit-ulit na nagaganap yung hindi dapat maganap. Most especially sa pag-deliver natin ng service sa ating pong mga guests. And of course, you integrate in the training programs yung makikita natin dito sa ating dito sa ating pong mga naging problema nitong mga nakaraan. Okay? So, yung complaint records natin will function as number one, your risk registers. Sila ang magsasabi ano ba yung mga risk na no, na most likely pwedeng mangyari sa ating pong organization. Second, they are indicators of systemic no, weaknesses na meron po na meron po yung ating pong company or yung ating pong organization. And of course, it will it will function as your input for preventive controls na malaki ang malaki ang ambag pagdating po sa pag-iwas doon sa mga susunod scenario. So, in some hotels, no, yung mga basic incident report folders or mga shared digital spreadsheets are being used to track yung recurring issues across all the departments para hindi na magkaroon ulit ng problema later on. Okay? So that is or those are your 5 steps on how you will be able no to respond ng maayos doon po sa ating pong mga guests. No? So again, ulitin lang natin, your step 1 is to acknowledge and to listen. After acknowledging and listening, you must be, step 2, apologizing sincerely. Okay? So, since you already apologize, your step 3 will offer a solution para syempre maano no ma-resolve na yung problema at inirereklamo ng ating pong guest. And then number 4, step 4 is to maintain professionalism at all times. And of course, ang pinakamahalaga, no, yung most strategic one is to learn and improve para hindi na siya mangyari ulit in the future. Okay? All right. So of course, no, if say for example, ayan ano, na-ignore natin yung mga guest complaints. Ano kaya ang mangyayari? Of course, no, it is a major risk. So everyone, let me remind you, no, that ignoring complaints does not make risk disappear. Rather, it multiplies it. Bakit daw po? Kasi syempre, ano bang mangyayari kapag hindi natin in-acknowledge no yung ating pong reklamo ng ating pong mga guests no? So syempre it may lead to number one, negative online reputation. Paulit-ulit na natin pinag-uusapan na kapag halimbawa nagkaroon tayo ng problema later on, 'di ba? At hindi nyo to pinansin, pwede nilang i-post online. Second, it will lose yung repeat business. Ito yung gusto natin, 'di ba? Magkaroon tayo ng ano no, mga patron na mga guests. Kasi nga syempre kapag umuulit sila ng business, definitely gusto nila kung ano yung ginagawa natin. And of course, it will reduce yung brand trust. Na okay, hindi naman nila pinapansin yung reklamo namin eh. So ano mangyayari? O wag na lang. Hindi na lang namin kayo pagkakatiwalaan. Fourth is that there will be an increased operational cost due to repeat failures kasi paulit-ulit na mangyayari yan kung hindi niyo siya magagawan ng paraan ngayon pa lang. And of course, ulitin lang din po natin, no, yung legal and compliance exposure. Ilang beses natin pinag-uusapan ito sa klase, no, na pagdating doon sa pagsunod sa standard operating procedure, nandyan yan simply because merong hinihingi ang ating batas. At kung magkamali ka at hindi i-ignore mo itong mga bagay na ito, pwedeng magkaroon tayo ng problema no legally no so with that iiwasan natin ito. So, syempre, people, unmanaged complaints will definitely evolve into ano na institutional risk that will affect yung entire organization at hindi lamang yung front desk na meron po tayo. So, but before we part ways, no, let me just give you some of the uh, risk-based tips no in how you will be able to handle your guest complaints no so while we are actually upholding yung 5 steps na itinuro ko sa inyo kanina 'di ba so syempre napakalaga one be prompt no kagaya ng sasabi ko kanina the speed controls escalation. Two is you show empathy and of course your gratitude. It will manage your emotional risk. Mapapababa niya talaga ito, no? Number 3, you apologize with action. Kasi nga syempre, your recovery, no, builds trust. Number 4, you provide team guidelines because ulitin lang natin, consistency with our actions, it will reduce yung human error later on. Fifth is to notify appropriate departments so that it will prevent yung repeat failures na tinatawag po natin. Number 6 is you delegate response duties. No, accountability reduces of course yung oversight gaps. Seventh, no, syempre yung tinatawag natin na ano no na objection handling. No, so syempre kailangan prepared ka no kasi preparedness will definitely reduce yung ating pong panic response. Eight will be to monitor social media kasi alam naman natin no na napakalaki ng usapin ngayon pagdating sa social media kasi nga dito nakakalat lahat. So it will actually involve reputation risk surveillance. Number 9 is you log complaints no that will actually enable yung data-driven risk control and you follow up syempre no yung ma-confirm yung ating mga risk resolution. Tingnan natin no if it will translate into guest satisfaction. So by the way people no yung some properties or some hotels are actually using basic social media monitoring apps or even yung mga hindi pa ganun kalakihan, yung mga manual review checklist during duty hours, no, in order for them to catch yung mga issues early. Okay? So as we conclude this session, no, I would want everyone to remember that a well-managed complaint is not a failure. It is evidence of a hotel's commitment to risk awareness, guest safety, and of course, your service excellence. With this, here are my references that you might want to check out, no, coming for our lesson. And that's actually it for our discussion about responding to the complaints as your risk mitigation strategy. Let me just grab the opportunity as well to thank everybody for attending our session, and I hope to see you all on the succeeding ones. Until then, no, mag-iingat po sila, and if you would want to check yung ating previous videos, you may actually check yung ating pong nakalagay po dyan na mga links na pwede po ninyong balik-balikan. Thank you very much, everyone, and I'll see you on our succeeding sessions.